This week, U.S. Soccer announced the hiring of Gregg Berhalter, a former U.S. men's national team player, played in Europe, played in MLS, or coach rather, in the MLS. And I think overall, it's a good hire for the full team. I think that from what I've heard from one of my best friends, coached and grew up with Justin Meram, a player that played for Gregg Berhalter, and Justin had nothing but good things to say about Gregg Berhalter. And I think that for full team purposes, I think this is going to be a good hire. I think he'll definitely get us qualified for the World Cup and hopefully get us into Confederations Cup in preparation for Qatar, whatever you want to say. But as a whole, I don't think that he's going to make much of an impact on the grassroots or revamp anything that U.S. soccer is necessarily doing, and that's what scares me. I'm worried about where U.S. soccer is headed on the women's side and on the men's side in terms of youth development, because as we're seeing in youth tournaments, that the rest of the world is ahead of us. Even the youth women are really catching up to our youth women, and if our best athletes, if our best women athletes are playing soccer in this country, and we're losing to other countries, that should be cause for concern. When we hired Jurgen Klinsmann, it was a big revamping he had a lot of say of the direction of the development academy, and it was really good, I thought. But he didn't get the full team results that U.S. Soccer wanted. And I think reversed, I think Berhalter is going to get the U.S. Soccer some pretty decent results over time. But what I'm worried about is where U.S. youth soccer is headed. And that's my primary focus, obviously, in life, is where is youth soccer development at. So it's going to be interesting. I'm definitely going to be patient with him. There's others on Twitter and the youth soccer circles that they're not happy with this hire. I see positives and I see negatives. So we'll see. But I'll revisit this in a year and see how many players he brings in and whatnot. But again, I don't see this having any effect on youth soccer. Is it the head coach's? Is it the full national team head coach Is it his role to make an impact on youth soccer? I don't know. Maybe I'm backwards. Maybe the biggest impact that the full national team can have on youth soccer is if it does well, and maybe that's where we're at. So we'll see. We'll see how this all plays out over the next 4 years.